This week's thrifting has been actually pretty good. I picked up more albums than I normally do. I think I got about 20 of them, and a couple of them are exceedingly well, especially for when you're out digging the crates. I arranged them in in chronological order, so the oldest album will come up first. And the first one I came up with was the Righteous Brothers, Soul Inspiration. This album's from 1966. And then we follow it with something called the Rotary Connection. The album's called Aladdin. It's a gatefold, a very dark looking album. And one of the ones I was almost looking for, it's a Woody Herman album. It's jazz. It's called Light My Fire. I was actually trying to find Woody Herman's Roadfather, but that one seems to be a little bit difficult to come by. Woody Herman was from 1969. Then I found Dusty Springfield, Wishing and Hoping. Dusty's from 1970. It's a pop album. And that was followed up by a couple of Melanie's Stone Ground Words, which was from 1972. I always kind of liked the Melanie. And another one I didn't even know existed, but I guess it does. It's called Please Love Me from 1973. And we switched to classicals. This is Vivaldi's The Quattro Sessions. And I lost my place. Here, okay, it's a Claudio Sigmund Vivaldi Les Quattro Sessions from 1973. Looks to be, it's a gatefold that looks to be a French pressing. Language is not one I can read. And that was followed by the Afterpan Steel Band. It's a self-titled album from 1973, and it's supposed to be reggae. I haven't had a chance to listen to a lot of these yet. Just picked them up. I came along with a Harry Chapin Verities and Balderdash. It's still in its shrink. It's open, but I always liked Harry Chapin myself. And then we come into some of the more unusual ones to find while thrifting. And Eric Clapton and the Yardbirds, self-titled album. Eric's was from 1975. And followed by a Carpenters. Still in the shrink, and up here in the corner it's got a little sticker saying factory sealed for your protection. I'm not sure why they'd put that kind of sticker on it. And then an album called Starcastle. This is actually pretty good. It's a prog rock album, very reminiscent of a whole pile of other bands from the mid-70s era. It's an album from 1976. I actually quite enjoyed listening to that one. Then I picked up a Prism called Young and Restless. This is from 1980s. It's a hard rock album. Haven't listened to that one yet, or the next one. It's a various compilation album, just called the Rock Album. That one is also from 1980s. Then we managed to grab Siegfried Burhan and the German String Orchestra, the Vivaldi Concert for Mandolin. This is a German pressing. And now comes some of the really good albums, like a Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA, 1984 pop album. It looks like it's never been played. I can't really argue with finding that in the shrink. And the next ones, the albums themselves are in good condition, but it looks like the jackets got washed. They're in really peculiar shape. I'm not quite sure how to be able to fix that. The first one of those is called Rainmaker's Tornado. It's a pop rock album from 1987. Terence Trent D'Arby introducing the Hardline. It's another one that looks like it's been through a washing machine, even though the album itself is in good condition. The jacket is a mess. Terence Trent D'Arby was from 1987, and one I picked up, I got really no idea what it is. I just couldn't resist the cover. It's called Michel Choc, The Short Sharp Shock. It's also been washed or through the ringer. And it's from 1988. It's a country folk rock album. And the pièce de résistance, one I never actually expected to find while thrifting, still in the shrink, Pink Floyd, A Momentary Lapse of Reason. It's the 2017 repress. It's the gatefold. It's still in the shrink. The gatefold's never been cracked open. The album's been to out and it's been played, but everything else is, well, still pretty well sealed. You really don't expect to find something like that sitting in the used crate bins. Well, that was my week thrifting. I hope you... Thank you. Yeah. Wait for that clock to finish before the next one kicks off. Well, that was my week out thrifting. I picked up a lot more albums than I expected in the bins. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, like, comment, subscribe, share, and whatever if you actually liked it. See you around on the tube thing. Bye-bye.